let's talk about some criticism surrounding the Pittsburgh Steelers captain's choices, which, of all things to criticize, captains just never strike me as one of them. I don't understand it. I saw everybody going off today all day long about how Stephon Diggs got named a captain for the Houston Texans. And to be quite honest, I don't care. We don't know how close these guys are in the locker room. We don't know who steps up in meetings or who's the vocal leader. We have no idea. We have no idea. If you asked me who the Steelers captains were coming into the season, I would have told you Russell Wilson, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, and Miles Killebrew. But if you asked me last year, I would not have put Kenny Pickett on there. If you asked me the year before, I would have not put Mitch Trubisky on there. But every year there is somebody that, we didn't see coming. Why? Because we don't know what's going on in the locker room. This year, Russell Wilson gets named captain. For those of you who are not aware, this is his 12th consecutive season. 12th consecutive season as captain in the NFL, which clearly shows that this guy knows how to be captain, knows how to be a leader, and the guys, they surround themselves with that, which that's what they should. He's a quarterback, and he's pretty good at it too, and he's been praised for years and years about his leadership. FS1's Emmanuel Acho, did I say that right? Acho?
Yep.
Said this morning that he's got an issue with it. Quote, I got an issue with Russell Wilson being named captain. Here's my issue with it. Russell Wilson, I believe, is one of the greatest men I have ever met in my life, which is a wild way to start. I don't agree that you should have named him captain. But he continues. We came into the National Football League together. Russell Wilson is probably one of the best leaders of men in society. Again, what? Continues. My issue is this. Don't name a captain. You might bench. Nick, can I ask you this? Do you remember what happened with Mitch Trubisky a couple of years ago when he was the captain of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
He got punched in the face and then benched.
Yeah, he did. Both of those things happened, actually. But even if we just highlight the second one,
yeah,
he got benched. But guess what? He was a leader of men. He was a leader of the locker room. He was the starting quarterback. He was the guy that the Pittsburgh Steelers put their trust in to lead that organization. And even after he got benched, he remained the captain. He remained that guy, and nothing changed. Let's talk about game time. I could still taste the popcorn and the soda and smell the beer of my first Pittsburgh Steelers game. And yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars might have won that day, but I will never forget how loud Heinz Field was and how rocking that stadium was on the North Shore. Game Time has this new feature called Game Time Picks that makes things like getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out all the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I have an upcoming concert in Cleveland the day after the Pittsburgh Steelers play against the Browns, and instead of sitting there clicking on every single section, I'm just going to use Game Time Picks. Let's talk about why it's so great. Curation makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. On top of that, you get all-in pricing, which means that you get the total cost up front with no surprise fees at checkout. On top of that, you get seat views because nobody wants to buy some nosebleed seats for cheap and take a guess on whether you're staring at a pole or you just got the greatest deal in the entire venue. Plus, the lowest price guaranteed, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time ticket coverage means that your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ALLSTEELERS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ALLSTEELERS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, low prices, guaranteed. And with Russell Wilson, he is hands down, zero questions asked, the most impressive leader the Pittsburgh Steelers have on the entire roster. We could talk Cam Hayward and TJ Watt on the entire roster. Russell Wilson just knows how to lead. That's just what he does. I have no issues with this. Why? Because for one, he's your starting quarterback. For two, the Pittsburgh Steelers have zero, and I cannot express this enough, zero anticipation that he will get benched during the 2024 season. We all might talk about it. People might say it's going to happen. If you ask Mike Tomlin, he'd laugh at you and tell you to shut up because he does not think it's going to happen. And the rest of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization feels the same. It makes zero sense not to name this guy captain. And who else are you going to name? You're going to put George Pickens up there? You're going to put Najee Harris up there? You're going to call Justin Fields and say, hey, the backup quarterback should be the captain, not Russell Wilson. It makes zero sense to me. Sometimes you just got to look at it and say, on the outside, I might not agree with this, but it makes a lot of sense. And to Emmanuel Acho, it doesn't make any sense. But quite frankly, he explained exactly why Russell Wilson should be captain, not once, but twice in that answer. And it blows my mind, my friend. It does not make any sense to me. Acho's been on this show, has been mentioned on this show more than once for his wild takes on a lot of things. This one's very high on the list of outrageous words, outrageous phrases, outrageous answers that has come out of that guy's mouth.
One of the primary reasons that Russell Wilson was brought into Pittsburgh was for his leadership. The Steelers wanted somebody in that room to be able to stand up and lead the way that a quarterback should lead in an NFL franchise. They haven't had that the last couple of seasons. They had a young guy in Kenny Pickett that, even if it wasn't Pickett, this is not a bash on Pickett. Most young guys aren't able to take control and take lead of NFL locker rooms right away. That's just a plain fact. It is a hard thing to do, especially coming in as a rookie with a lot of these guys like Cam Hayward, who are 33, 34 years old and are probably not in tune to listen to a 24-year-old when it comes to what they think and then their leadership styles. So they needed a leader. That's why Russell Wilson was brought in. So it should come as no surprise that he's going to wear the captain's patch. Like you mentioned, 12 straight seasons with it. Did they think they were just going to not give it to him, first of all? And second of all, would he have gotten it if Kenny Pickett was still the quarterback, the backup in Pittsburgh? Probably. Even if Kenny was considered to be the number one or the first round draft pick a couple years ago, the guy that's eventually going to supplant Russell Wilson, it still would have been Wilson as the captain going into this season. So I'm not surprised by this. And I'm more surprised that somebody else is surprised by this, to be completely honest.
It's wild to me. And to be honest, I mean, the craziest part of this whole thing is he says you can't name somebody captain who's going to get benched, as if Mike Tomlin names the captains, because he doesn't. They are voted on by the players. The players have voted that Russell Wilson should be their captain. So it doesn't make any sense. Again, wild takes. They come in and they come in hot and they never end. But, we digress because we know why Russell Wilson's here. We understand why the Pittsburgh Steelers signed this guy. We understand why he's the starting quarterback and why Mike Tomlin refused to make him not the starting quarterback, no matter how much time he missed and how good Justin Fields looked at times during the offseason. Why? Because, Russell Wilson's a leader of men. Mike Tomlin's a leader of men, and that's why they're working well together. So shout out to Emmanuel Acho, but no, not about it. What's up, guys? It's football season, and we've teamed up with DraftKings. Right now, new customers who bet $5 will receive $250 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, you'll receive 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. It's hard to think of a better way to celebrate fall weather, your favorite jersey, and Sunday touchdowns than with the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings app and use our promo code ALLSteelers. That's $250 in bonus bets instantly and 1 month of NFL Plus Premium after betting just $5. Stay in the action and use your $250 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You could still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ALLSteelers and bet just $5 on any wager and get $250 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ALLSteelers only at DraftKings Sportsbook.